look at me, little puppy. Can I get a whoop whoop? I'm Elastic Warrior. Thank you for tuning in to the Keep It 100 info. I'm Darius, the hilarious, and I got some information for you that's gonna pick you up off your feet, turn you around, and place your feet on the solid ground. A lot of the times, we ignore the questions that we need to ask ourselves, and instead, we ask other people the questions that we haven't even asked ourselves. So that's why I'm going to serve you 5 questions to ask yourself to make sure that you are going in the right direction of your life path. And I'm going to be kind and break down and distinguish each question. And I'm also going to give you experiences from my life story that could possibly help you. And we must remember that we're all on different life paths. We're all going different directions. 5 questions to ask yourself. Number 1, is it leadership or followership? Leadership is encouraging and motivating and leading a group of people or organization, either one, but towards a common goal. Take Jesus for an example. He was a leader and he had 12 followers that he was leading towards a common goal. If you want to use someone less perfect, let's use Martin Luther King. He was a leader and he had a whole bunch of followers that he was trying to lead people to a common goal. Followership is nothing more than a group of followers. Follow the leader. They take direction really well. And for a random example of followership, in most organizations, again, I say most organizations, you have a general manager and you have an assistant manager. And the assistant manager's job is to follow what the general manager told them to do. And they're supposed to take orders from their general manager. Well, either way it go, the world is full with all types of people. And so you're going to have leaders and you're going to have followers. They're on the same level, but you have to make a distinction between the two for both parties to understand where they stand. Because if the world was made with all followers, then who's the leader? And if the world was made with all leaders, then who's going to take direction and follow? So it's important to understand which category you stand in. And it's not by force, because a leader's job is to encourage and motivate and guide people in the right direction. And a follower is to listen. Number 2, is it self-discipline or self-indulgence? Self-discipline is the ability to regulate yourself for improvement. So with self-discipline, you have to learn how to tell yourself no. And you got to tell yourself to stop, stop acting out. You got to nourish your inner child. Self-indulgence is to act or do the things that you enjoy. This is a real good example. Back when I was younger, I used to work at Buffalo Wild Wings, and I saved up all of my tips for my birthday that year. I started 3 months before my birthday, which is in November. Woo, Scorpio. But anyway, I don't gamble now. This is back then. I saved up $400 and I went to Shreveport and I blew all of that money. I left broke on my birthday. I felt dumb. But I saved it for that purpose, but I could have been more smarter with my money. You know what I'm saying? That was self-indulgence there. I started off with a penny machine, then I moved up to the nickel machine, then I moved up to the $10 machines, and then I went to the $20 machines. I just really felt like I was going to leave with something, but I left with $0. And then later on the way back, I stopped through my grandma's house and I told her what I did. And she was just like, don't be a dummy. While it's okay to do stuff that you love, and yeah, have fun with it because it wasn't put there for you not to enjoy it. So yeah, enjoy. But sometimes you can overdo it. And just find a balance between self-discipline and self-indulgence because there's a time for both of them. You just got to figure out when. Number 3, is it helping you or harming you? Helping you means, is it making it easier for you? Harming means, is it making or causing pain? While it's true that everything is not going to be easy, you can still pick your battles that you want to fight here. You know, because if you're doing something that's constantly bringing you pain, then why do you keep doing it? When you start asking yourself these questions, they'll get put up in your subconscious mind and you no longer will have to ask yourself these questions because they will come natural to you. Before you get off into anything, this is something that I did starting off. Ask yourself this question: is this going to help me advance, or is this going to help me? Or ask yourself, is this harmful, or is it going to harm me? That will help you decide on whatever it is that you want to do. Number 4, is it out of love or control? Love is the deep feeling of a positive emotional and mental state. So let me say it like this. God lives within everything. So God is in you. He lives in you. So if you just got out of your own way and loved God, you can project love to a relationship, a friendship, and anything, as long as you're not in your way. Because when you get in your way, you start trying to control how you want the love to go or how you want love. No, you got to move out your way and let God project his love through you for you to get that type of love that you want. Because you got to remember, our bodies are like routers. So if you're programmed, positively programmed on what you like and what you want and everything like that, automatically you will receive that. If you just allow God to love you and project through you, then you can attract what you want like that. Control is the power to make situations or events go your way. I'm going to give you an example from my experiences with my ex. Well, with my ex-girlfriend, she was very controlling. And, you know, I did a lot of research on this. Well, she was only mirroring how her dad was in her life. Her dad was super controlling. And so basically she was looking for a dude similar to her dad, which I was the opposite of that. And so she would try to project her dad on me, basically, and she would try to control me in this relationship. And I wasn't even that type of dude. I was a nice guy. And she thought that sex was love. And see, that messed up my whole idea of what a woman is supposed to be and what I was supposed to get from a woman and what a relationship was supposed to be and what love was. I was just all messed up in the head. And so I kept attracting the same type of females after that until I began to work on myself and distinguish what love is from control. You have to break those apart. Your relationship with God should be the same relationship that you have with everybody that you encounter. Number 5, is it intention or attraction? So intention is to carry out an action or plan. I met this girl at Planet Fitness, right? And she was like a client. And she was big, but I worked her out for 6 months and she lost a lot of weight. And so our relationship started building. Keep in mind, I mean, I'm only attracted to her, but I never did set an intention on what I wanted our relationship to be. And so I guess our relationship started building up. And like I couldn't fight the feeling of like I don't know what I want from you. And so I just assumed that it was love there. Like I wanted to be in a relationship. That's what I assumed. And so one particular day I called her. This was like at 12 a.m. at night. I called her and I was just like, I love you. I really love you. And I want to be with you. I want to marry you. I think you're going to be my future wife. I said all of that stuff to her. And she was just like stunned. She was like, yeah, where you at? I was like, let's meet up at Fuzzy's Tacos. So I met her at Fuzzy's Tacos and I was holding her hand and I'm 26. This woman is like 30 something, pushing 40, mid 30s maybe, pushing 40. I don't know. She got a child, it's 18. I was, at the time, that's how I felt. Like 2 days after that, I got to thinking, like, is this what I really want? Yeah, that wasn't my intention. Yeah. So that's why it's important to set your intention before you get involved. So the attraction is like the interest you may have in something, or it could be someone, or it's like the drawing, like the magnetic energy between you and the thing that you admire. And this is attraction. I have a thing for beautiful people. Like, I admire any type of beautiful person. Girls, guys, like, it don't matter. Like, people are just beautiful to me. Like, I admire God's work of art, like, for real. But the thing that I learned to do is set my intention, and that is what helps me decide what that feeling that I got was. And here they are all together. Well, that wrapped up this video. If you could just like or subscribe, that would be great.